Hi there ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much indeed for joining me here on another quick video. And today I just want to talk on and touch on about the point of authenticity, particularly in relation to social media. And the reason I'm doing this video today is because I heard a very tragic story a few years ago, and it was in relation to a young lady, and she was checking out her, I think it was an Instagram feed of that nature at the time, and as she was reviewing this feed, she was looking at her friend who was painting this great illusion and this great lifestyle. You know, she was a very attractive young lady. She's got this perfect model boyfriend. She was out there on holiday, you know, in this great bikini in a beautiful exotic location, and the friend who was looking at these Instagram pictures was really put in a position where she felt less than. She felt horrible about herself, that she wasn't living or wasn't also living this amazing life. And the reason why I find that story so tragic is because in the background, the lady who was actually posting the photographs to Instagram, I happen to know that she was, you know, struggling in her life quite significantly. She was struggling with a sort of eating disorder, which is obviously very tragic. The relationship between her and her partner was not solid at all, but they look good. They look good together on photographs and that sort of thing, but the relationship was not solid at all. And it struck me as really tragic because, you know, there's this outsider to her world who's looking at her not with envy, but with a real feeling of self-deprecation, of you know, feeling less than in some way, that her life wasn't also as perfect as her friend was making out to be on Instagram. And I really do want to say, guys, I don't feel, and this is only my take, so feel free to shoot me down, but I really don't feel that, you know, this culture of, you know, putting all of these photos and messages out on Facebook and Instagram, creating this mirage of the perfect life is really all that healthy. There's a lot of what I call the Instagram princes and princesses out there who are, you know, putting all this stuff out there about what an amazing life we lead and this, that and the other, and I can guarantee their lives aren't devoid of problems, but the problem is it's very one-dimensional or very one way on a two-dimensional platform. And the reason I find it so sad and so tragic is because if you look at what makes people connect, if you look at what makes people bond together, it really is. It's not just sharing all the good stuff. I mean, we all know that one friend who, you know, or that one associate that just always tells you how amazing they are and everything is amazing in their life and blah, blah, blah. And you think, come on, you're not in touch with reality, you know? And it's not about judgment, guys. It's really about the way people connect, in my humble experience, is by sharing both the good and the bad, okay? And when you do that in an authentic manner, and you're quite happy to say to a friend or family member, do you know what, things aren't good. I'm not enjoying life right now, or I've got this going on, which is a problem. That brings about a feeling of connection. And I want to mention this because I was talking with a very good friend of mine literally 2 days ago, and we were talking about, you know, putting stuff out there into the world for marketing for our businesses and this, that and the other. And you know, I was saying how I regarded my friend as somebody supremely confident, and I really loved what he was doing in the world. And he actually said to me, well, I think you've actually got, you know, I really respect what you're doing. You know, I really respect the fact that you're doing these videos and you're putting yourself out. I said that takes a lot of courage. Those weren't his exact words, but, you know, we'll go with that for now because this is a PG kind of channel, right? And so it's funny how we all perceive everybody else as being different to us or having something that we don't have or this, that and the other. We've all got what it takes to succeed in life, guys, whatever that might be. The unfortunate part about it is that we've been sold this big lie of, you know, to be successful, you've got to have, you know, the big house, the several cars, the yacht in the Bahamas, and 15 holidays a year, and the gold-plated iPhone, whatever it might be. And really and truthfully, when in my 20s, I really wanted that. If you ask me what I want now, it's a log cabin in the mountains in Canada where I can look out and just write, you know, and see a couple of my close friends every once in a while, and you know, have a perfect life there with an ideal partner. That's kind of, you know, the dream right now. And I think because you have to be authentic with yourself first and foremost. You have to be true to you. You have to look at what it is that makes you happy. And, you know, a lot of that happiness can come from the connection with other people. And I believe the only way that connection can really come about is by being authentic. And as I say, that involves sharing the negative as well as the positive. And I remember growing up, just a quick story, going through my sort of formative years. I remember my dad saying to me at the time, you know, son, by the time you grow up, you'll be lucky if you've got, you know, one or two what you call really, really, really good friends. And I thought to myself, you know, Dad, I've got tons of friends, absolutely tons of friends. I was reasonably fortunate to be relatively popular at school, and I had, you know, some friendship groups outside of school, and I felt I was doing okay, and I had a good group of people around me, you know. But you get to sort of 39, and you know, I could count on one hand really the number of really true friends that I've got, you know, the people that I could call upon in an hour of need and say, do you know what, I need some support here with X, Y, Z. Not that I really do, because that's something I need to work on, which is reaching out to other people. You know, when I do need support, that's not really my strong suit. I tend to be one of these, you know, the alpha male types, keeps it all to himself and all the rest of it. So I think, you know, having that authenticity, guys, is so important, and that's really what builds the human connection. When you're sharing with people the good as well as the bad, I think that is really what helps you in life, and really what brings those bonds of connection with one another. And certainly don't pretend that everything in your life is perfect, because we all know it isn't. We really do, you know. And not that I'm wishing ill upon anybody in any way, shape or form, but just be authentic. And so I'm just going to leave that message with you guys. I hope that's added some value. I really do think it's a sad state of affairs to be in a culture now where, you know, you've got literally people chasing approval from external forces, or people looking at external validation through, you know, likes and shares on social media, and oh my goodness, I only got 25 likes on this particular post, what's wrong with me? You know, that sort of behavior isn't real. It's not reality. So let's get away from that culture. Let's get back into a culture of connection, real authentic connection. And yeah, I hope that's added some value for you today, guys. Thanks very much indeed for joining me. Take care.